Hi, I'm Warren Lichtenstein, Executive Chairman at Steel Partners. Today's Steel Partners has multiple businesses, which include numerous manufacturing businesses, everything from small diameter motors to roofing fasteners to saw blades to power conditioning equipment. We also own a bank called WebBank, and we also have a youth sports organization called Steel Sports. We started Steel Partners in 1990. We had an idea that we could invest in a publicly traded company called Kinark. Kinark's main business was hot dip galvanizing of steel, which is how we got the name Steel Partners. I had the good fortune of meeting Tommy while I was in California in 2009 or 2010, and he came and met me at a Little League game that my son was playing in when Stefan was 7 or 8 years old. But there was one young man on the team, and he hadn't gotten a hit all season. And I told Tommy that. Tommy decided to stop the game, walked over to the young man while he was up at bat, bent down, said a few words to him. The pitcher threw the pitch. The young man swung the bat and hit the ball and got his first hit. I knew at that point in time that Tommy had some magic, and Tommy had an amazing ability to bring out the best in people because Tommy believed in them, and then Tommy helped the people that he surrounded himself with and believing into themselves.
Hi, my name is Eric Karras, and I'm a member of the Steel Board as well as a member on the Steel Sports Advisory Board. So I had an opportunity to play for Tommy in the big leagues for just over 5.5 years. After his managing career and after I was done playing, spent an awful lot of time with him. The Lasorda way really revolves around this one phrase, and it's "you gotta believe." Tommy took me under his wing, and he worked countless hours with me, and besides throwing me BP and doing the physical things, I think he probably worked more on me mentally, and I didn't even realize it. Having me start to think, oh, I can do these things, I can play in the big leagues. That was an unwavering support that Tommy had, and it wasn't just unique to me. That's how he lived his life and how he impacted so many people.
The Steel Sports mission is to inspire youth to reach their potential on and off the field by developing them as athletes and people through the Steel Sports coaching system. Our vision is through our Kids First approach will establish the Steel standard in youth sports and coaching. We're going to forge the next generation of leaders on, but most importantly off the field by instilling the Steel Sports core values of teamwork, respect, integrity, and commitment.
So my name is Sarah Corrigan. I've been with the Steel Partners family of companies for almost 20 years now. So the core values contest started a couple of years ago. Certainly I've had winners at all of the Steel Partners companies that I've worked at one time or another. $10,000 split between two people is a lot of money. They understand the nature of the contest too. It's actually just taking the time to recognize behaviors that they see every day. Also drives a sense of community as a Steel family.
Culture is everything, and when you think about great companies, that's probably the fabric that they all have is a winning culture. A great culture, it creates innovation, it creates a willingness to take risk. Think about that, how that parlays into business. Take innovation as an example. Companies that have a strong innovation mindset, a strong growth mindset, they're going to find new ways to do things. It doesn't just happen in product development, it happens on the operations, it happens in customer service, it happens in finance. Culture that is rooted in things like innovation, in teamwork, in collaborations, allows you to deliver strong success in business.
Through shared core values and a strong culture, I believe that, as one Harvard professor once said, culture eats strategy for lunch. So we took Tommy's approach to coaching and we tried to put it down on a piece of paper. And over many years and through different people helping us critique it, including world-renowned psychologists, we came up with the Lasorda way. And today we are teaching people or giving people exposure to the Lasorda way to really help kids thrive over long periods of time.
First of all, I'll say that Steel Partners is an extremely forward-thinking organization that is probably the only publicly traded company that is putting a kids-first philosophy across a very diverse portfolio of organizations. Developing positive relationships with people is what our coaching system is based on. Developing those relationships with another human around respect and integrity and working together and being committed. The mission of Steel Sports can have on the business units is really kind of threefold. One is it can help those individual employees at those businesses develop those positive relationships with their co-workers, and helping anybody develop those relationships in a positive way is only going to help the teamwork and the organization grow at large. But secondly, I think it can have a really positive effect on the kids of those employees. And if we can encourage those and incentivize those employees to get out and coach in their communities and coach their kids, and that can only lead to a continued success and positive frame of mind for those individuals and those employees. But thirdly, in doing those, it's also going to have a positive impact in the communities that the Steel business units serve and are located. Anything we can do in those communities where we can take that learning of the Steel Sports coaching system and bring it to a large number of kids within those communities is also going to kind of breed this positive reinforcement within the Steel Sports coaching system, really built on a solid culture around the core values of Steel Sports.
So underpinning everything that we do with the Steel Sports coaching system is our motto of kids first. And kids first is universally acceptable. Nobody can argue with that approach. But we're very intentional and specific with what it means to us at Steel Sports. We put kids before the outcome of a game. We put kids before a coach's ego. And we most definitely put kids before some unrealistic parental aspirations at times. Not only do we put kids first, but they are kids first. Why do they play sports? They want to have fun. They want to be with their friends, but ultimately they want to be with a group of people where they can enjoy themselves, express themselves, feel safe, and also have a good time. We are wholly committed to creating an athlete-centered environment. Every time we have a kid with us, whether it's a game or a practice, we make that individual feel part of what we're doing. Their progress as an individual is as important to us as the progress of the team. And the coaching system teaches our coaches how to successfully use these 5 pillars to express care with athletes, to provide support to athletes, to challenge the growth of athletes, to provide opportunities for athletes, and to make sure that they understand that we care about them as individuals as well as athletes. And our ultimate goal is that they take the lessons we teach them and can apply them off the field to be successful at home, in their community, in their school, and ultimately in their work life.
I've been coaching for the New Milford Bulls Pop Warner cheer program for 12 years now, so this is my 12th year as a cheer coach. When we got to nationals, it was one of the best moments of my life, and I was so happy for the girls. It's truly a moment that they all still send me all of their memories to say, remember when we were there? That was so fun. I can't believe we did it. But really just to see how far the girls really come. When you start with somebody who's never done this activity before on August 1st, to the point where they can actually go and compete for like a national title. There's 3 things that you get with the sponsorship. So the first thing that you get is financial sponsorship. And that's huge because for so many organizations, money is one of the biggest barriers. And so having funds makes it possible for a lot of kids to participate. And so if you are a coach and you do go for the sponsorship, Steel does provide you with $1,000. So that $1,000 allowed us to get new uniforms. To understand how important that was, one of my girls, when she literally saw herself in the uniform, started crying for the first time because she was so excited. So she was thrilled to pieces. And this year, because we just got new uniforms last year, so this year the $1,000 sponsorship money paid for all of the indoor gym time for all 4 of our cheer teams. So the $1,000 was able to positively impact 47 girls. The second piece that you get is training, and it starts with Foundations of Positive Coaching 1. And I have to say, one of the things that I took away from it most was how you really teach core values and how to maintain that positive environment so that your kids do want to come back and it does become a happy place for them. And then the last piece is flex time. One of the big challenges is that you've got practice, on certain days of the week, or you've got games, or there's a tournament. So there's options for flex time so that you can take the time that you need if you have to, you know, leave 15 minutes early to get to the field to set up. But, you know, there's opportunities to make up that time in other ways. All around, between the money and the training and the flex time, it really does provide you with everything that you need to allow you to coach your kids or even other people's kids.
We're trying to create a life cycle. If a child comes up through one of our teams, and then they have an internship with us, and then ultimately become an employee or a future leader of one of our organizations, we at least know that they share our core values.